Live from the Ball State News Center, this is NewsLink Indiana in high definition.
Good evening and welcome to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Tony Sandleben.
And I'm Olivia McClellan. Thank you for joining us. Just announced today, President Obama will visit Gibson County in Indiana this Friday. WFIE reports that Air Force One is expected to land at the Evansville Regional Airport. President Obama will be visiting a business. The White House is expected to provide more details tomorrow about the president's visit.
The Office of Henry County Prosecutor Joseph Burgax filed 4 counts of neglect against 23-year-old Sheena Zangi and her 36-year-old husband Vincent Zangi. Near Summit Lake in late June, authorities found the mother and her 4 children, all under the age of 4 years old, in a mobile home with no running water, electricity, heat, or working bathroom. The home was infested with mold and flies. The children were malnourished and dangerously underweight with bruises and scratches. The parents were expected to surrender to authorities this week. The neglect charges are Class D felonies. Reports appear to reflect at least some of the children have been in the care of foster parents since the June 27th inspection of the mobile home. Investigators by the Sheriff's Department and the Department of Child Services have been ongoing.
The mother of 26-year-old Carrie Winningham, who died Saturday night after being struck along Scatterfield Road, is urging the driver to come forward. Leanne Shatner, Winningham's mother, told WTHR-TV the driver should surrender to authorities. Police say a second driver also struck Winningham, but that driver has spoken to officers. A detective went from business to business on Monday, seeking surveillance video and witnesses.
A local man is accused of holding a gun to a woman's head and threatening her life. 25-year-old Michael Lee Douglas Heyer allegedly attacked a husband and wife late Friday. The female victim told authorities that Heyer placed a handgun to her head while another man cut her husband's face. Both victims were taken to IU Health Ball Memorial Hospital for their injuries. As of Monday, the second suspect in the incident had not been arrested. Heyer, however, was primarily charged with intimidation and pointing a firearm.
An Indiana State University student accused of shooting another ISU student has been arraigned on attempted murder. The shooting happened after the two were gambling. Judge Michael Lewis of Vigo County has ordered Calvin McCauley to be held without bond as of today after shooting Tevin Moore, who is now in good condition. McCauley has not hired an attorney as of yet and is scheduled to appear in court again on October 2nd.
Indiana is one state currently battling stink bugs. They are invading homes, garages, cars, and kitchens all over the Midwest. Sprays and pesticides may help control the bugs, but professionals suggest also caulking cracks and crevices in your home and around air conditioners, vents, and garage doors to prevent the stink bugs from gathering.
The Jacobs Family Orchard is located in Muncie. They've owned the attraction for a dozen years now. It is right outside their front yard. The orchard is known for its apple cinnamon donuts. Close to 7,000 dozen apple cinnamon donuts are sold in a season. The family finds it important to produce fresh produce and fruits, which are sold to their customers. Picking pumpkins along with hay rides and inflatable houses are also all part of the Jacobs Family Orchard attractions that keep locals coming back each year. Jacobs Family Orchard is one of the many that will be open this fall season.
With the weather cooling down, you may need to shop for fall clothes. The Muncie Kmart, located on East McGalliard, started its liquidation sale yesterday. It will close its doors for good in December. News accounts indicate that other Kmarts around the country will also close. Muncie Mayor Dennis Tyler said he hates to hear that the store is closing. The Muncie Kmart has 59 employees.
Now, Tony, today was absolutely beautiful. There wasn't a cloud in the sky. It was the perfect day. I
agree. Today was basically perfect weather-wise. I actually enjoyed going to class. It felt fantastic. Wasn't too hot, wasn't too cold.
It was great.
Absolutely. Let's send it over to Adam for NewsLink's weather report.
Yeah, that is true. We've had some great conditions lately with a little bit above average temperatures for our fall. But right now in Muncie, we do have a 62 degrees. With some clear skies and calm conditions. Now, this does also relate to a high pressure system that is across our area. It is causing some clearing skies, but just to our southeast we do see some more clouds, and up to our northwest we see some more clouds as well. And that's what I'll be talking about later as well. But also, I'll talk about what you can expect for the beginning of the week, when the next chance of rain is possibly, and possibly a cooler weekend. All that and more coming up after this.
Skateboards and bikes can be problematic on the Ball State campus. Stay tuned to find out what can be done to change this.
And schools across Indiana may have to cut programs again. NewsLink Indiana will have more when we return.
Pretty much a good day for me would be people leaving their hands off of me. I'm always called names. Everywhere that I go, there's always someone calling me names, calling me gay. I've been choked, thrown up against a wall, punched. Nobody's ever tried to help me.
This is NewsLink Indiana.
The state of Indiana is attempting to save some money. The state announced they will no longer conduct audits for extracurricular accounts, affecting all 14 Muncie schools. The audits are used to find where public officials are wasting money and find corruption within the schools. Paul Joyce, a former state examiner, says he plans to ask for legislation in the next session to request that local governments pay half the cost of operations. Local governments currently pay around $45 a day. Joyce will ask local governments to pay $45 an hour.
Indianapolis Public Schools have recruited some high-powered volunteers to help turn around its underperforming schools. Monday, the district launched its new IPS Business Alliance. The initiative pairs 11 businesses with 11 priority schools with a goal of improving student outcomes. Employees involved will work with school officials on identifying barriers to learning and ways to overcome them, ultimately developing a strategic plan for the school, which will be presented in May. Businesses taking part include Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield, IU Health, and Kroger.
Dripping rust stains can be found on the Fallen Heroes Memorial Bridge just north of downtown. Grabbed the attention of local residents who want the bridge to be in better condition for those it honors. City officials agreed with the local residents. City Street Department Superintendent Duke Campbell notes the issue dating back to the reconstruction project in 2005. The city is now working with the Muncie Redevelopment Commission to have the bolts replaced, the lower part of the railing coated to prevent future rusting, and the rust-stained walls power washed and repainted.
Students across Ball State's campus are introduced to new challenges every day, but one particular challenge has been something of the norm for quite a few years. Carla Fernandez reports on how bikes, skateboards, and pedestrians are one of the biggest conflicts on campus.
Big wheels, small wheels, and shoes. These are the three main types of transportation at Ball State's campus. With so many students this year, according to BicycleLaw.com, here in Indiana, the number of bicyclists has doubled since the year 2000, and the number of deaths is 5 for every 10,000 bicyclists. And for Indiana, 5,000 pedestrians die every year. This raises great concern for walkers, skaters, and bicyclists. Alicia Patterson and Jake Schrader give their view as BSU pedestrians.
On the sidewalks, but as long as they give walkers and everyone else notice that they're there.
There's some basic common sense that goes with it's etiquette during the middle of the day when there's 1,000 kids on the sidewalk going to class. I'm not gonna pull this out and skate on it.
Many are indifferent in the form of transportation their classmates seem to take, as long as they themselves don't get injured in the process. Biking and skating have become an issue for students here at Ball State. The main concern? Safety. Not only for walkers, but for skaters and bikers as well. For this reason, several students believe that there should be certain rules and regulations set forth for bikers and skateboarders.
The thing that concerns me is no one wears helmets, and it's really concerning. I mean, there are regulations for bikers, police can give them tickets, and I think maybe there should be a campus-wide push, maybe posters or something that talks about bike safety.
And if you want to know more about rules and regulations, go to IndianaBicycleLaw.com. And remember, safety first. For Muncie, Carla Fernandez, NewsLink Indiana.
Thanks, Carla. The best precaution is to be aware of your surroundings on sidewalks and the streets.
NewsLink Indiana brings you the quick question of the week. Let's see what students have to say about the annual dance marathon.
Ball State hosts an event each year called Dance Marathon. Dance Marathon helps raise money for children at Riley Hospital. We went around campus asking students what their experience with Dance Marathon was.
So I had participated in Dance Marathon in high school at a much smaller scale, and I wanted to come to college and participate in it again because it was a lot of fun and it was an awesome experience, and I wanted to see it at a much larger scale.
I actually haven't had the chance to get involved with it yet, but it's something I'd love to learn more about because it sounds like a great way to help kids from all across the state.
I didn't know what to expect going into it. I just thought it was going to have pre-choreographed dancing, but you basically do more than just that. You get to hear the stories of those who are affected by cancer or something that impacted their lives, and hear that firsthand, especially in person, was definitely life-changing for me.
For more information on this event, you can visit their website at bsudancemarathon.org. In Muncie, Kayla Harpold, NewsLink Indiana.
Thanks, Kayla. NewsLink Indiana will have more on Dance Marathon as the events continue.
Today, Papa John's is having its grand opening in the atrium on the Ball State campus. Papa John's replaces Sbarro, another pizza company that closed in mid-May when the university's contract with Sbarro ended after 13 years in its atrium spot. The university said it was time for a change.
Coming up, will this weather continue or will cooler fall temperatures move in?
NewsLink Indiana weather is next.
The next 30 seconds can save you a lot of money. Just do your laundry in cold and stick to full loads. Auto-sleep your computers. Plug your gadgets in a power strip and switch it off when you're done. Headed out? Turn back your thermostat by 10 degrees. And drive sensibly. The more energy you save, the more money you save. Find other great tips at energysaver.gov.
This is NewsLink Indiana.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. And Olivia, the weather's been kind of all over the place temperature-wise lately. It was kind of chilly, then it was kind of warm, and then today was just fantastic.
Yeah, today was beautiful, but I'm kind of wondering if it's going to get cold again or if I should get my winter clothes out or what. So let's take a look at weather with Adam Berniston to see what to expect.
Yeah, we have had some great temperatures recently, and it has been above average for this time of year. Usually in fall, we're seeing temperatures around 71 degrees or even in the mid-70s. But today we had a high of 82 degrees, and we can see that continuing into the week as well. But I know I'm not complaining about this weather, and I know a lot of people aren't either because a lot of people don't like that cold weather that Indiana gets. The record high for today was set back in 1971 at 87. And then just the year before, in 1970, they had about freezing temperatures here in Muncie at 32 degrees. Looking at temperatures across the nation out to the west, in Denver, we have a temperature of 54. Billings, also 54 degrees right now. And then along that west coast down at Los Angeles, 69 degrees. And then as we take a closer look to home, we do have some pretty good temperatures still for this time of night. Indianapolis is at 72 degrees. Down in Bloomington, at 61 degrees, and up in Fort Wayne, 63 degrees. So we have some pretty great temperatures still lasting throughout the night. And just looking at the past 14 hours, this is just a look at Sursa Hall. We had some great sunny conditions throughout the day. Not really many clouds in our area. That provided a great opportunity to get out, read a book, study outside possibly. I know right now in Muncie we are at still 62 degrees, calm wind conditions, so great night, and clouds are out of our area still for right now. Looking across the nation at the radar out in Denver where we saw that 54 degrees, we do see some storms. These storms have caused some severe weather threats out along that eastern Rocky Mountain Plains, and then across the Great Plains into the lower Midwest. We've seen some dry and clear conditions. That's been what's providing this warm temperatures and clear skies for us. And then what I want to talk about also is this little weak cold front that's attached to a low up in Canada. It is stretching across the Wisconsin and Michigan area right now. With this cold front, we will see it move into our area for tomorrow. And also tomorrow morning, as we see this moving through, we could see some scattered rain, so you might need your umbrella for the morning hours. But right at 12, we see it to start to move to our south. And then throughout the day, we do see a clearing, so you won't need that umbrella long. But then as we head into Thursday, that is when our second cold front is going to come through and is going to bring the next chance for rain for us. So for Thursday evening around 5 p.m. is when we'll start to see that rain and start to see a cool down. This will last into Friday as well. For tonight, we see mostly clear conditions that I was talking about before and very mild, only a low of 54 with northwest winds at 3 to 5 miles an hour. And then Tuesday for you, we have some fair conditions with only a high of 66. That's just because of that cold front moving through that I was talking about. And we will have some cloudy conditions in the morning, but that will clear out as we head out throughout the day on Tuesday with northwest winds again at 5 to 7 miles an hour. And then taking a look at the 7-day forecast, Tuesday, like I was saying, a high of that 66 degrees. Then Wednesday, we have a beautiful day. Maybe take a trip to that orchard that we were talking about earlier in the show. Sunny skies, a high of 72 degrees. And then Thursday, we see another warm up with a high of 76 degrees and late rain coming into the area that I was talking about, which will last into Friday, high of 67. And then for that weekend, we start to see that cool down approaching our area from that cold front. Only a high of 58 for Saturday, but partly cloudy skies. And then we'll see another chance for rain on Sunday, only 20%, but it is slight with a high of 65. And then for Monday, we will see a temperature of 66 degrees, partly cloudy skies. So we have a pretty nice week ahead of us with some rain later into the week and a cool down for the weekend. But I feel like it'll be a pretty nice week to go outside, play some football, sports, whatever you like.
Yeah, I think it'll be pretty nice. I'll definitely have to get my umbrella out for the end of the week, though.
All right, well, speaking of sports, it was a bad day for the Indianapolis Colts as they lost 2 key players today.
And another award has been given to a Ball State athlete. Rob Connett has the details coming up next in sports.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know wherever you are.
This is NewsLink Indiana.
Good evening, folks. Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Robert Connett with sports. We start tonight with news coming from the NFL and the Indianapolis Colts, as earlier this afternoon, multiple media reports said wide receiver Derrick Rogers was released from the team following a DUI arrest earlier this morning. The IUPUI Police Department pulled over the 23-year-old after he was seen driving over the yellow lines on the IUPUI campus. He had a blood alcohol content over the legal limit. Rogers was in his second year with the Colts and had 2 touchdowns in his Indianapolis career. Then, about an hour after the team announced that Rogers was cut from the roster, the Colts then learned that safety LaRon Landry has been suspended 4 games without pay for violating the NFL's performance-enhancing substance policy. Landry had 23 tackles and 1 sack so far this season for the Colts. Now, along with Robert Mathis out for the season, Indy is now down 2 key players on defense until Landry is allowed to return in Week 9 on October 27th. Now, the Colts, who won yesterday against the Tennessee Titans 41-14, have the Baltimore Ravens next week. The Ravens have the 6th best offense in the NFL. Now back here in Muncie, Ball State Athletics saw some dramatic games over the weekend. The Ball State field hockey team was in action yesterday, hosting St. Louis, held a 3-goal lead through the majority of the game, but the Billikens were able to battle back, scoring a game-tying goal with 10 minutes remaining to send it to overtime. Now, with no one scoring in the first 2 overtime periods, the game came down to a shootout where St. Louis was able to outscore the Cardinals for the 4-3 victory. Senior Terrell Teach led the way for the BSU offense with 5 of the team's 16 shots on goal. Freshman Abby Main and Carly Shannon each recorded their first career goals in the ballgame. Now, the Ball State soccer team, they also saw its game go to overtime on Sunday, and unfortunately, also a loss. Jasmine Moses scored the first goal of the game for the Cards, but Eastern Michigan tied the game in the 35th minute. With no scores in the second half, the game went into overtime, where Eastern Michigan's Bianca Rossi scored the game-winning goal to defeat Ball State 2-1. The loss ends a 5-game unbeaten streak for Ball State, who is now 5-2-2 on the season. New tonight, another Ball State volleyball player is racking in more personal awards. Junior middle hitter Haley Benson has been named MAC West Offensive Player of the Week for the second time this season. Benson had 26 kills and a .474 hitting percentage in Ball State's 2 conference matches over the weekend, including 16 kills in a win over Western Michigan. Ball State defeated the Broncos on Friday night in 5 sets before losing in 3 at Northern Illinois. Now the Cards return to Worthen Arena for the first time in 13 matches this weekend, as they'll host Eastern Michigan on Friday and Central Michigan on Saturday. Now finally, guys, tonight the Indiana Pacers held their media day today down in Indianapolis. Big talk, Paul George. As we all know, he suffered that leg fracture. He was walking around without crutches and without a boot, so good news, but he will still be out for the season. Now, he was taking team pictures, had a new jersey, as he is now going to wear number 13, and hence the nickname PG-13. I like it for, personally, I like that.
No, yeah, absolutely. Good to know that he's recovering as well. And hey, the Colts are minus a wide receiver. Willie Snead, Ball State, he's still out there, so that'd be good to see.
Find out which big-name celebrity tied the knot over the weekend.
And mischief is being managed in Mexico City. One muggle takes his passion to a whole new level. Stay tuned.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
This is NewsLink Indiana.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Lindsay Ross with all things entertainment. The title of Most Eligible Bachelor will soon be changed now that actor George Clooney got married Saturday to Amal Alamuddin. The couple was married in Venice, Italy by Walter Veltroni, who used to be mayor of Rome. Alamuddin, 36, and Clooney, 53, have known each other since 2007 when Clooney went to Italy to accept the Peace Summit Award. This is Clooney's second marriage. He used to be married to Talia Balsam from 1989 until 1993. The largest collection of Harry Potter material has been found in Mexico City. Minahan Asher Silva Vargas has been adding piece after piece to his collection for about 15 years. Vargas owns so many Harry Potter items that they fill 2 rooms in his home. Brooms, scarves, wands are only a few of the pieces that make up the entire collection. There are 3,097 items in all. Barras beat the old world record by a landslide. The previous record included 807 items. That's all for tonight. For your entertainment news, I'm Lindsay Ross. Back to the desk.
Thanks, Lindsay. Millions of Americans are participating in National Coffee Day. Some chains across the nation are giving away free or discounted cups of Joe or Dunkin' Donuts. So guys, with it being coffee, we have coffee.
Right on.
It's a very impressive day. Thank you so much for tuning in from NewsLink.